Hi everybody. Today I'm working on a unicorn swag. Everything's from Dollar Tree. You know, cheap, easy. I think this project ended up costing me about $12 maybe. And I recorded this voiceover last night, and when I went to go edit it today, I was like, wow, I definitely sound like I died about 10 years ago. It was just and me not knowing what to say because it was late and I was extremely tired, and today I'm giving it another go and hopefully making it a better experience for both of us. So I have a tree here from Dollar Tree. It looks purple. It actually looked purple in person too. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know what was going on. And I glued a little piece of styrofoam at the top to give me a base where I could put it on the wall. Like if there was just a nail sticking out of the wall somewhere, you could just kind of shove it on there. This is for my friend Michelle's daughter Clara. I just saw the unicorns and I wanted to make something with them rather. And I knew I wanted to do a swag and do a white one, but I actually pictured this being a lot more like wintry, snow, Christmassy, and not so like over the top unicorny. So I've got the deco mesh from Dollar Tree, the wired garland with the little stars on it, and some of this flexible tubing stuff. This mesh from Dollar Tree, y'all, I don't know how people who use this regularly are doing it because it is horrible to work with. Maybe it was because it kept catching on my sleeve, it kept catching on the tree, it kept catching on everything, but it was such a mess. I don't know if I had like a spool or something to hold it, it would have been a little bit easier, but I don't see myself working with this again unless I'm trying to make something that's like completely Dollar Tree. So all I'm doing is making some kind of poofs and going from section to section on the tree. They started out kind of big at the top, and as I get towards the bottom, they're getting smaller. I'm going through and fluffing it because that's like 90% of what this channel is. Just me fluffing stuff. And I do have my antibiotics in my pocket, which makes it look like I have assets, let's say. But just on one side for some reason. Alright, since I did the one side, I'm going to go back and do the exact same thing down the middle. Just grabbing everything, bunching it up to make a little poof, and then tying it off. Yeah, the deco mesh was like sticky. Not sticky like gooey sticky, but sticky like it kept sticking to itself, to me, to the tree, to the tinsel. And I keep picking up and like throwing it over the side of my table, hoping it just lands on the floor and like unfurls itself, but it never did. I actually bought this for another wreath that I was doing where I needed something blue, and when I got home I was like, oh, no. Not only was it the wrong color to go with the blue thing I needed, but just feeling it, I was like, ooh, I don't like the way it feels. Like, I don't like the way the expensive stuff feels, but this was like, oh no. Like burlap made out of old dish scrubbies. And now I'm starting on the other side. And one roll was just enough to do this whole thing because these, I think they're supposed to be 5 yards, but they are not really 5 yards. I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to do this with some nicer mesh, I think they sell like a 4 or 5 inch mesh. I don't know. It's been a long time since I actually like bought mesh anywhere besides like Walmart or Family Dollar, because I like Family Dollar's mesh. And I found it easier for this side to just work from the back because I'm going to end up pushing everything towards the front anyway. And I do have grand plans right now of leaving this mesh at the bottom and just kind of letting it curl, but don't worry, it doesn't stay like that. today I'm just going through, making sure that I'm still wider at the top than I am at the bottom, because I still want to form that teardrop shape. These are some little puffs I made with some other Dollar Tree mesh. I think they were like 10 inches, and I scrunched them up and made little bundles with some 10-inch pieces or 12-inch pieces of ribbon that I dovetailed. And I know I said in another video I couldn't find any silver ribbon anymore. In Dollar Tree, if you're looking for silver ribbon, it's in the wedding section, because there was like a bunch back there. All wired, and it's not like overtly wedding. Like one of them has kind of a damask print on it, and one of them just like a sheer with glittered polka dots on it. So I figured that would go for kind of a frozen Christmas winter theme. And I'm just adding these throughout to break up some of the blue. And I'm filming this on Thanksgiving morning. My mom's coming to get me in a little bit because my car doesn't work, and I'm going to go by her house for a little while, and we're going to do our Thanksgiving morning, you know, going places that shouldn't be open because it's Thanksgiving. And for only costing $12, this came out pretty cute. It's not the size of a full-size swag, but I was thinking this is like the perfect size for outside my house next to one of my doors. I have these like lantern light fixtures. I mean, you know the ones I'm talking about. It's like on every house that I've ever seen. Somebody's got one somewhere. But this would be really nice underneath there, because I think if you put a big one on something that's close to your door, it's going to compete with whatever wreath you have. But this is like the perfect size. So I did have some trouble when I was getting these snowflakes in here, because I wanted them to be half in, kind of half out. And when I put the first one in, it seemed like it was weird. It wasn't sitting there right. It was moving around a lot. So when I put the second one in, I kind of figured out how to do it. And the best way I could do it was to kind of take everything out and open it up. So I have like a layer of where things are going. You're just getting in there and pushing some stuff up, pushing some stuff down. So I have a little shelf to shove the snowflake in, and then just wiring it in with the branches. And here's a bow I made with the Dollar Tree ribbon. This is 2 spools I think I used in this bow, because there's only 9 feet or something. It's something ridiculous. I'm just wiring that on the back. I think I go back and trim those tails later because they are a little long. Or maybe I just curl them up like that. I don't know. Alright, and these guys, I did not know how I was going to put them in here. I kind of wanted both of them at the top, like facing each other, but once I got it in there, I was like, they really need to be separated. There's not much room. And I knew I was going to have trouble getting them in here, because there's nothing really solid to glue them to except for the base of the tree, because like the branches move, the deco mesh moves. So I just went in and just put a whole bunch of glue on him. I'm just going to stick him there and let him cool off so he doesn't move. And I'm going to make some little bows with some leftover tubing. I didn't mind this tubing. It had a couple of kinks in it, but man, it was $1 for like a lot. Like more than I would probably use in any project. And I focused it at the top, and then I do end up putting one at the bottom. I just think these are fun. Like they give a little more texture, a little loopy something. And yeah, I'm cutting those ribbons down. Mostly because it was hanging in front of the unicorn. You can see how much glue I put on there. And I'm just twisting him around here to keep him in place while he dries. There were maybe 4 or 5 different unicorns, because when I decided I was going to try to make like something for my friend's kid, I was like, I need unicorns. but I don't know if they have anything. And then I looked in the toy section and I was like, okay, well, they do have a lot of unicorns. And I'm just wiring a little bow at the bottom. And fluffing. I don't know what's going on right here. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. And I'm trimming these again because I'm still thinking, oh, that's going to work. No, it's not. It's not going to work. And here I'm using the leftover from cutting the tails for the little poofs, just making like a little kind of half bow. I just decided to add one at the bottom here because I had ribbon left over, but it wasn't enough to really do anything with. You know, like if I have the ribbon to use on the project that's already got the ribbon in it, I might as well just put it in there. There we go, finally cutting that off. And I'm going to push it to the back and tuck it into one of the poofs so it kind of holds it down. And I did go back later and just kind of put some glue in there to make sure that doesn't escape. And now the other bow's going at the bottom, kind of off center a little bit, because I want this to be that traditional teardrop shape, but it doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. Oh, and look, more fluffing. I have to do this because I have problems like looking at it and be like, oh, it looks so flat right there, and then wanting to add something, then realize it's just not fluffed up. So I fluff throughout so I can see where I'm going. And to cover the styrofoam on the back, this is just some of that tinsel from Dollar Tree. Not bad. I mean, I'm not a tinsel, like I would never put this on my Christmas tree. But it's thick and it wasn't like shedding all over the place. I was surprised. This was like the project of leftover stuff because I used this for something else that I didn't end up posting. And then I had a bunch left and I was like, all right, let me stick this back here because I didn't know how I was going to cover up this styrofoam piece. Fluffing again. And now to just, ice that cake. This is I think it's called Glitterific. I went too fast in the video for me to see. It's clear hologram by Plaid, their Glitterific paint. You put it on with a little applicator like this. This is just the back of a paintbrush because it's super thick. It doesn't have a hole on it. You can't really, I guess you could kind of brush it on, but it's better to just kind of slap it on there. And I put it on the wings and then I just put the rest sporadically throughout there. Just to give it a little sparkle because it really, really catches the light. This has got to be like my favorite product of the year. Even though I haven't used it that much, every time I use it, it just makes such like a huge difference. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And you can see on the wings right there, very sparkly. And there's a little bit on the snowflake in the back too when the light hits it right. So yeah, that's it. It's about a 18-inch, maybe 20-inch, something like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and have a fantastic day. I will see you on Wednesday, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Bye.